Okay, so we have these triangles. Okay, 45, 45, 90, 30, 60, 90, 60, 30, 90. These two are the same. Okay, they're just kind of turned, that's all. So, but turning them will kind of help you when doing this. So, one thing that's cool about this 45, 45 is that if we do the Pythagorean theorem, right, then a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, right? So this is all based on a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So c squared is the 1 because it's across from the perpendicular. Okay? So that's c. Okay? A and b are the other two. Okay? So, when we do this out, we get the square root of 2 over 2 and the square root of 2 over 2, which makes sense because this angle is the same and this angle is the same, so these two sides have to be the same. They're proportionate. Now when we come to this one and we do this one, we find that this side will be, if this is 1, that across from the 30 is going to be 1/2, which is nice and neat. But across from the 60 is going to be the square root of 3 over 2. So when I come to this 60-degree triangle, I can still keep this blue and go, oh, square root of 3 over 2. And then I can take this red and come across from 30 and say, oh, yeah, that's 1/2. And if I remember that, then when I'm finding these triangles, and you're going to find them all the way around the unit circle. Okay? So what we're going to do is kind of take a look at what's happening here. And so let's just pick a point, right? And we're going to just pick a point on this angle, but come straight down. We want to come straight perpendicular with this because then we make a basic 30-degree triangle, right? And if all the angles have to add up to be 180 in a right triangle, then if this is 30 and this is 90, right? And this has to be 60. And so at that point, I can tell myself, I know the height of this angle. And the height of this angle is equal to across from 30. Who remembers that one?
1/2.
The red was 1/2. And the blue was, what was it?
The square root of 3 over 2.
Square root of 3 over 2. Okay? And then if I do the same thing out here, I want to kind of see what's going on, so I'm going to kind of take it kind of out further. Now typically we just kind of go around at the same circle and make a unit circle, but I'm going to take it up so you can see it a little better. Okay? What do we get here? We got a 45 degrees, so this is 15, right? And 15 and 30 is 45. So we got a 45-degree triangle. So that makes this to be 45 degrees. So now, what's this height right here? This height is going to be, this height is going to be how long?
Or wait,
Twice.
oh.
It's the black one. So it's the square root of 2 over 2. And this length is going to be the square root of 2 over 2. Okay? And then this other one's going to be a little hard to do unless I make it small. I mean, I can take it off, but it's going to go off the board. So I'm going to make this one a little small and come back on it. But hopefully, you'll kind of see what we're doing here is if I'm talking about another 15 degrees, then where am I going to be at that point? So 30, 15, 15 gives me 60. And if this is 60 and this is 90, then this must be 30. Right? So this degree here is 60. So this length is going to be the red arrow, which is
Square root of 3 over 2.
yes, square root of 3 over 2. And then this length, which was the blue, or this length right here, is going to be 1/2. Okay? So it looks a little funky, but we're going to do that, and then you can clean it up. You can go, okay, I see what's going on here. This length, this length, this length. And then what you can do is, for right now, we're going to deal with that in just degrees. We'll look at that in degrees, and then we'll worry about what's going on in radians. But in all honesty, what is going on in radians? Well, let's just cut to the chase. Cut to the chase, right? Screw this. All right, what's going on here? I got this one. I got this one. I got this one. All right. So how big was this one? We said that that was how big? How big? 30. How big was this one? 45. And how big was this one? 60. Okay? And so, what are these going to be? Well, in degrees, this is 0 degrees. But then in pi, it's going to be 0 pi, right? So 0 pi. I'm going to do radians in black. So 0 pi. And then here is going to be what again? We're going to do pi over 180, right? So pi over 180, 3 goes into 18 6 times. 45 goes into 180.
Did you say 45 goes into 180?
Uh-huh.
So 4 times?
4 times. Okay. And 60 goes into 180 3 times. Okay? And you're going to keep doing this. Then you have this one, which we know is 90. And we know this is 180. And this is 270. And then this is going to be pi over 2. And this is going to be pi. And this is going to be 3 pi over 2. And this is going to be 2 pi as we come all the way around. And the degrees will be 360 as you come all the way around. And so you're going to fill in all these. Okay? You're going to make this unit circle in both degrees and in radians. And so once you do that, then we're going to talk about doing this. All these heights and all these lengths all the way around. But if you want, you can take a look at that and kind of see how, oh, this is going to be a positive height. This is going to be a positive length. This is going to be a positive height, but it's going to be a negative length. This is going to be a negative height with a negative length. And this is going to be a negative height with a positive length. And your x and y coordinate on here is going to be positive, because this is our y and this is our x. So this is our x, y coordinate system. And so we're going to have positive, positive on this side, but just like we talked about before, remember how, and you're like, oh, that's pretty easy to figure out, that in these quadrants we've got positive, positive, negative, positive, right? Negative, negative, positive, negative, okay? But what are our coordinates on each one of these that create our unit circle? What are all the coordinates for x and y? That is your homework assignment for the weekend. So it will be on. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, you got